I want to quickly talk to you about business credit cards, and I want to show you how to avoid a hard pull when asking for an upgrade or a credit limit increase. Don't go anywhere. You're going to love today's conversation. I guarantee it. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweaty Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about business credit cards, more specifically, how to avoid a hard pull when asking for an upgrade or a credit limit increase. First, you need to understand the basis. When we speak about the basis, we are speaking about three important elements. First, the operational and legal structure of your business. If you don't have an EIN right now, please go to the IRS's website and apply for an EIN. It's a 9-digit number. EIN stands for Employer Identification Number. It's basically your company's social security number, all right? After doing that, you need to think about the legal structure of your business. If you currently have a sole proprietorship, please, you want to stay away from that because the bottom line is you need to segregate your personal affairs from your business's affairs. In other words, you're just trying to cover your ass, okay? So that if stuff happens, if you're being sued by a business partner, your company will be the only target and your personal assets will be protected. It's important. So when we speak about legal structure, we're speaking about LLC, LP, C Corp, and S Corp, among other. It's very important among other business structures. That's the first part of the trifecta. The second part is you need to understand the requirements of the target business credit card. Every business credit card has revenue, estimated monthly spend, and total annual income requirements. So you want to be very clear about the requirements of the target card. And the third element of the trifecta is your current card itself, the card itself. What is the history? What is the account standing? Have you been making on-time payments? All these things are quintessential. The goal here is to show the business as a standalone entity and hopefully a credit-worthy one. And if you structure things properly, you are compelling the credit card issuer to pay more attention to your business instead of your personal credit. And this works even if you have no business credit. So this is very important. If you want to avoid a hard pull when asking for an upgrade or credit limit increase, first, you need to understand the basis and you need to segregate your business from your personal affairs. Step number 2, you need to prepare compelling financial statements. This is very important. You want to pay attention to your financial statement, to your company's financial statement. There are 4 fundamentals financial statements. Actually, there are 5 if we have to follow US GAAP, generally accepted accounting principles in the United States. There are 5, and the 5th one is the notes to financial statements, the disclosure notes to financial statements. But today we're just going to focus on the 4 financial statements. So the first one is the balance sheet. The second one is the income statement. The third one is the cash flow statement. The last one is the statement of owner's equity. All those 4 financial statements will paint a positive picture of your business. In other words, you're trying to show the business credit card issuer that your company does not have a lethargic, a languid picture, that the company's strong cash flows are positive. They pay a lot of attention to the statement of cash flows. Folks, this is so important. All right. So if you want to contact a business credit card issuer and ask for a raise or a switch, an upgrade, please pay attention to your cash flow statements, especially cash flows from operating activities. So just to quickly let you know that when you look at a statement of cash flows, you have 3 segments. You have cash flows from operating activities, you have cash flows from investing activities, and you have cash flows from financing activities. And depending upon your situation, the credit card issuer is going to pay attention to a segment over another. But by and large, the most important section is the first one. That's the cash flows from operating activities. How much moolah is your business generating? What is the consistency of that moolah? What is the consistency of that cash flow year over year, quarter over quarter, month over month? This is the kind of analysis I want you to get into. Now, I'm not asking you to have a background in accounting or business finance. No, you just need to have compelling financial statements. You can either outsource the task to a local CPA. You can do it yourself if you have some kind of knowledge in accounting and financial reporting. You can actually get a software tool such as Wave, Zero, or QuickBooks. This is very easy. You can actually hire an accountant in-house to do the job for you, right? So what's the goal here? The goal is to show two things. The business is profitable and the business generates healthy cash flows. If you're asking for an upgrade on your business credit card, or you're asking for a credit limit increase, you better show the credit card issuer that you're doing good, that your business is doing fantastic, right? Otherwise, why would they actually raise your limits if they know that you're just you're scraping by at the moment? Number three, you want to actually understand financial ratios. Folks, I'm not asking you again to understand financial ratios at a very deep level. I'm just telling you, you need to pay attention to a few things that the credit card issuer anyway is going to pay attention to. So you might as well just pay attention to them first before they start paying attention to them, right? So when we speak about business credit cards and trying to avoid a hard pull when asking for an upgrade or credit limit increase, you need to pay attention to financial ratios as diverse as debt to income. This we have actually covered this on other shows, right? This is pretty easy. Your DTI ratio, basically means that you're taking how much money you spend to service your debt over the income generated by the business. You got to think about your credit utilization ratio, right? This is something very important also. And this is the lower the better. And lenders and credit card issuers love to see a CUR, a credit utilization ratio, around 30%. Okay, you want to pay attention to your working capital. What is working capital? Working capital means current assets minus current liabilities. Okay, you know, the good thing is that if you have, there are a lot of software tools that give you those ratios automatically. You just have to plug in the numbers once you prepare a financial statement, and the ratios will be given to you automatically. That way you don't have to remember the formula, you don't have to do anything. You have the data, right? And once you contact the credit card issuer, you can just give them the numbers. So when we speak about working capital, you have the current ratio. There's something called quick ratio, and there are two additional financial ratios based on balance sheet. So when we talk about financial ratios based on balance sheet, those are called liquidity ratios most of the time. So you have working capital, current ratio, and quick ratio. Then you have the debt to equity ratio and the debt to total asset ratio. What's the bottom line here? I'm not asking you to, again, I don't want you to say this is too complicated, now I have to study accounting. No, you just need to understand what the ratios are and provide those ratios to the lender or to the credit card issuer. When you do this, you are strengthening your case. You are strengthening your application. You are actually shying away from a hard pull. You're telling the credit card issuer, listen, I'm just running a solid business here, and I want you to pay attention to the business's performance. I want you to pay attention to the business's credit. I want you to pay attention to the business's operational history, and forget about my personal history. I don't want to have a hard pull on my FICO. I just want to have a raise on this credit card right now. That's all. I want to talk to you about the fourth element. If your goal is to avoid a hard pull when asking for an upgrade or a credit limit increase on your business credit card, you want to prepare a compelling business plan. And obviously, when we're talking about when we want to request an upgrade or a credit limit increase, we're not doing this online. Okay? No, You got to go to a branch. You want to sit down and talk to a live person, not a machine, not an algorithm. No, you can do it over the phone if you're not in the vicinity of a branch. So the bottom line is those things you have to take the time for them, especially when we're speaking about a business credit card, because the limit can be a lot. If you're lucky, you could actually get a $50,000 in limit, or 25 grand or 50 grand, doesn't matter. But it's important to sit down with your banker and explain the fundamentals of the business. And this is what a business plan partially or totally does. Think about it, because you can prepare a business plan for a startup business, for an existing business, or for an acquisition. What does a business plan do, really? Think about it. A business plan basically tells a story of where the business has been, where it is, and where it intends to go. It's basically a nice journey between the past, the present, and the future, operationally speaking, and also financially speaking. So I'm not going to tell you how to write a business plan. I just want to tell you that there are some important elements that a business plan should feature. For example, an executive summary, a company description, your product or service description, the market analysis marketing plan, your operations plan, your management plan, and last but not the least, the most important part, a financial plan. In a financial plan, this is where you're going to put a constellation of data about your company from a financial perspective. So everything about the financial statements. If you want to include sales projections, please do so. Okay. And the bottom line here is what? The goal is to give a summarized view of your business, where it was, where it is, and where it's going. And most importantly, why does the business need an increase or an upgrade in its business credit card? I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another section of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. In today's conversation, we are just having a wonderful exchange about business credit cards, how to avoid a hard pull when asking for an upgrade or a credit limit increase. Step number 5, you want to establish an NPR. And I know sometimes we get comments on our videos, people telling us, yeah, this is about credit. This is not about having a relationship with the bank. And we just laugh because we know the truth. We have the facts. We have done the research, and an NPR stands for a multi-product relationship. This means that you want to cultivate a relationship with your bank or the credit card issuer. So this could be a bank or a credit union. This is so important, folks. This is so important. When you understand that business credit, or personal credit for that matter, is a relationship story, then you really understand that no matter what credit you have, you can have poor credit, fair credit, doesn't matter. If you have the right relationship and are able to prepare a compelling financial plan or a business plan, you can get the raise you need. You can get the loan, the credit card increase, or the credit card upgrade you need. So try to establish an NPR with your current credit card issuer. Is it a credit union? Is it a bank? Is it a community bank? Is it a national bank? Whatever it is, you need to, and by that I mean what? I mean that you need to have a business checking account with them, a business savings account with them. Not all of them though. I'm just giving you products you can sign up for. So a normal bank, a normal credit union will have business checking accounts, business savings accounts. They will provide IRAs, so individual retirement accounts, right? Business MMAs. MMAs stand for money market accounts. They will provide, in some cases, merchant services, payroll services, and business insurance. So merchant services means that you are able to accept credit card payments or debit card payments. All these things will help you tighten ties with your card issuer by increasing the number of business touch points you have with them. We call those business touch points. In other words, you're able to establish as many touch points as possible with the credit card issuer, so that when you ask them for an upgrade or a credit limit increase, they will be willing to do it for you because you have given them so much business already. Number 6, I want to talk to you about the banker guidance. If you want to, again, if your goal is to raise your limit on your business credit card, right? And you're trying to raise that limit, or you're seeking an upgrade, please contact a loan rep or a credit card, someone in the credit card department at the bank or credit union. It's important to talk to someone. I said this before. You request the upgrade or limit increase at a branch or over the phone. And I'm going to repeat myself. Do not do it online. You want to inquire about the specific card you are targeting. You want to ask questions about the process. Bring your documents, right? I was talking to you earlier about financial statements, business plans, financial ratios. You've done the homework. Well, bring the homework to the branch. When you talk to the banker, show him or her the documents that solidify your application, or documents that make your application compelling. Again, the goal here is to let the bank focus on the documents and not do a hard pull on your personal or business credit. Okay? Ask the banker how much you can be approved for, or what kind of limits you can get. As a matter of fact, ask them if you could be approved at all. And how long does the process take? The bottom line here, folks, is that you're trying to really have a conversation. You are trying to gather as much intel from the process as possible. And this is the best, because on this show, we're trying to make sure we don't teach people to apply blindly for credit products. No, you want to apply for a product with as much intel as possible, so that you can boost your chances of being approved, right? And the best way to do this, in our view, is to talk to someone from the inside. Okay? And these things don't happen overnight, though. Don't believe that you can just get up today and just have a conversation with the banker and bring all your documents and everything is. No. It takes time. It takes weeks. It takes months. Right now, you want to start by having someone you can contact at the bank you are currently banking at, or the credit union, and you want to have a conversation with that person regularly, so that when come times to ask for a credit limit increase or an upgrade, that person can actually direct you the proper way. And the last part, you need to have a backup plan, folks. This is important because what if you don't get approved? You could try everything. I mean, we're not telling you that the approval is guaranteed, right? We're giving here solid advice based on our research, based on facts, based on what we have seen, empirical evidence. But every company has a different set of criteria, and you might try everything, and you may be denied. What do? The question is, you need to think about whether or not you can be approved for another card. Okay, let's say you are seeking one Chase business credit card and you don't get approved for it. Can you get approved for another one? And this is the kind of question you should ask the banker, right? So the banker when you speak to the banker, you should ask, listen, I'm actually shooting for this card, right? This is my first option. This is my second option, and this is my third option. So if I don't qualify for option number 1, hey, listen, I'll be very happy to be considered for option number 2, right? And there are other credit programs or credit products. Let's say you don't qualify for a business credit card, an increase or an upgrade. Can you get a business line of credit? Can you get a business loan? Because at the end of the day, it's all about liquidity. It's all about getting financing for your business, right? It's all about getting access to extra money, extra funds, extra moolah to run your business. How long should you wait? So in other words, if you don't get approved for a limit increase this time, or for some reason they denied you for an upgrade, how long should you wait before reapplying? 3 months, 6 months? This is the kind of conversation, this is the kind of questions I want you to ask right now. You need to prepare, you need to plan for those in advance, and you also need to think about what you should do to qualify for the card the next time you apply. So if you do this, you are able to plan correctly, and you are able to actually boost your chances of being approved. So once you've done all this, folks, you need to go to the branch, and you need to sit with someone and place your order, quote unquote, place the order there. You want to request the limit increase or the upgrade at the branch or over the phone. Our preference is the branch. Hands down. Branch is just a lot better. All right, folks, this is it for today's conversation. I was talking to you about how to avoid a hard pull when asking for an upgrade or a credit limit increase. And I spoke to you about knowing the basis, understanding financial statements, preparing financial ratios. You want to pay attention to your business plan. Make sure you have a compelling business plan. Pay attention to cultivating a relationship with the bank. You want to seek banker guidance, and you want to have a backup plan. God bless you. I will speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.